Boxing Day, everyone. This video will hopefully come out on this day, and welcome back to what was going to be the workshop. Wait a minute. Did my very observant viewers catch a point there? Yes, you caught the past tense. Was. Okay, let's start. Sound. 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 Not so sound. Oh, okay. We know these parts, okay? We know most of these boards are pretty solid in here. But with cleaning out all the trash, and you can see there's, even without the rotisserie skewer here that I found, there was a lot of trash in here. It's taken me quite some time to get through this. It was, well, to be honest, waist deep to me, and my waist is about 3 feet off the floor. I'll show you in a more convenient spot, but back in here there's another one just like I'm going to show you. This is a slab, but you notice it's got a nice solid sound for the most part. The wall is where we got our problem. Uh-oh. Notice what happened. Okay. You see the same problem I'm seeing? Yeah, there is no foundation. The wall is built, I am guessing, there's a hole here between the wall and the slab, and there used to be, there's another board. Look at this. It's possible it's a concrete block foundation, or it's what was you commonly referred to in this area, I don't know about other areas, as a wooden foundation, which is exactly what the name says. It was made of wood. Well, we all know what happens with wood, moisture, and age. Wood rots. The whole building's got to come down. I cannot put a new roof, the walls are solid enough, especially, if I go halfway between, this would be the door. If I were to go halfway between studs and put, a stud in each place, I could easily put a roof on. The walls would hold it. The foundation doesn't exist. I cannot justify putting a roof on something that has no foundation. So, let's see if we can flip the camera here. All right. I just can't do it. I cannot justify several $1,000s above my head when under the walls it's just going to sink given time, especially if you put vibrating equipment in here such as lathes, table saws, especially the lathe. Let's be honest, wood lathes vibrate. They spin at several thousand RPM, anywhere from 1,200 to about 2,000 typically, and they vibrate. You really have to secure them to the floor or give them a pretty good amount of weight underneath them in order for them to sit still. I can't justify that. It's going to vibrate the floor. The floor is going to vibrate out into the wall or what's left under the wall, and the walls are going to sink. You saw the skewer go right through down here, right through the bottom plate of the wall. So county code now says the bottom plate has to be ground contact because there is an issue in this area. I am just east of the Mississippi River, about, let's say 4 miles, roughly. The ground around here is flat. If you haven't noticed that in my videos, my yard is flat. So it doesn't drain real well. So as a result, things have to be ground contact rated. This is 1960s or 70s lumber. They didn't even know what pressure treated was back then. If they did, it was still in its infancy. So all of this, all the way around, and into the whatever rooms, the bathrooms and such, has to drop. Now, I do have some advantages. Okay? This wood is all solid. It is, in this case, probably 1x6. I got some 1x12s over here. That is more like a 1x16. They don't even mill those anymore. That's custom lumber. So, the plan, the roof, obviously, it's got to be pushed off and let it drop. I can't get up there and take it down, but I'm too heavy, okay? I've got a good friend that's about 100 pounds. I wouldn't put them up there because they're too heavy, okay? So from the inside, I've got to take a circular saw, or not circular saw, a hole saw. Well, it is a circular saw. A hole is circular by definition. Drill a hole each side of the rafters up here. Take a demolition blade on a sawzall and cut down along each rafter and push it off into the ground. So, that's where this is standing at the moment. I will insert, roughly around this point, an image of what I'm going to use to replace this. This was, it technically is 15 feet wide. I thought it was 16. It's 15. Once I got all the junk out, I could measure it better. It's about 28, 29 long. For some reason, it's kind of hard to measure the length. But what I'm going to put in is a 14 by 20 pre-built. I can buy the pre-built building for about what it would cost me to buy the stuff to make it. So I might as well just buy it already made. They bring it in off the road down here. They come in and they set it on the slab that's already there. I've got the slab. The slab's good. So they set it on the slab. It's in the same spot. But it is a little smaller. Width-wise, a foot, who cares? If you look at it that way, over the width, over the length of it, I'm losing 29 square feet. No big deal. I am losing, 9 by 15 on the end. So that's, not 9 by 15. Yeah, 9 by 15. So that's 45, you'll lose a couple hundred feet total, square feet. Not that big a deal. Not in the grand scheme of things. But, I won't be able to use my massive stockpile of firewood over here. But there are people that'll buy that. And they'll haul it off. So, a couple, $300-400, I don't know. I don't know what firewood's going for lately. I haven't had to buy it in 30 years. But I won't be able to put a wood stove in because there's just not enough square footage. But this is one of those cases where I think the term is damned if you do and damned if you don't. Well, if I put the money in it, it's not going to stay. So, on to brighter, greener things. the divorce is still set sort of in motion. The legal proceedings haven't, but discussing between us, that's an ongoing thing. The overall cost drops. I put up the GoFundMe at $20,000. The spouse is talking about buying me the building out of their money. Great. On my blog, I will put what it's going to cost to turn that portable building into the shop, minus the heating and cooling, because we have discovered all this over the holidays. Yeah, great time to find it. Because of that, I can't get an estimate on the furnace and air conditioning. It is St. Louis. You have to have heat in the winter. You have to have air conditioning. St. Louis is about as humid as Tampa or New Orleans. It sits kind of in a bowl, so the humidity just sits. I'm on the rim of the bowl, but I'm not all the way out of the bowl here. So you've got to have some means of getting the humidity out. And in order for, comfort, let's be honest, comfort for paint drying, epoxy curing, etc., you really need a controlled environment. But I've got to look that up. I know I can do what they call a mini split off of Amazon. They're about $1,200-1,500. They say they will heat to minus 22 outside. I've got 40 years of experience in heating and cooling. That says no. Heat pumps just don't. They may make heat that low, but they're not going to make enough heat to offset the cold. Usually anything below about 20 degrees, you can hang it up. There's just not enough heat in the air to move into the building. You're basically relying on whatever heat the compressor's making while it runs, which is considerable, but the laws of thermodynamics only go so far. And that is one thing I really understand, are the laws of thermodynamics after 40 years of dealing with them. So, that's where we kind of stand.